Good morning, everybody out there watching this video. My heart goes out to everybody out there watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Today we are talking about something very important. But before I get into the topic, listen now, before I get into the topic, I want y'all to understand a concept that is not original to me, but I did think of, and then I come to find out that it's not original to me. But I really want y'all to grasp a concept before we actually go into the topic. So the concept is, and it's this. So you have two children, one at the age of 3 and the other is the age of 3. They're learning what you teach them. Understand that. Learning what you're teaching. So this kid right here and this kid right here, you have a color chart in front of them. Two different color charts. And pretend that these children are in different rooms. Okay? So the child on the left, or is this y'all's left or right? I don't really know. The children on my left, we'll just do that. Children on my left, the child over here, you tell him that the color green, you hear me now, you tell him that the color green is actually blue. Okay? So this child grows up over here believing that the color green is actually called the color blue because that's what he was taught. And and that sticks with him his whole life. So, and then you got normal people looking at this kid be like, that's obviously green, and this kid's not colorblind, so why is he thinking this is different? It's because he was taught that. And he learned it to be true, so it's true to him. So you got this kid over here, and it's just, this is going to be our constant. This is, you teach him the colors and they're correct to the standards of the world. So green is green, blue is blue, all that. So you guys understand this concept. The concept is that whatever it is, I'm going to take this off. Whatever it is in life, doesn't matter what it is, behaviors, all the way down to anything, it doesn't matter. It's all learned and it can be changed. So like with the example, you got this kid over here who learned that green is actually blue. So in his mind, that's the truth. And then the kid over here who knows the colors to be true to the world standards and is true to him because that's what he learned. So that being said, we're going to talk about happiness. We're going to talk about anger. We're going to talk about sadness. We're going to talk about hate. We're going to talk about pain and the way you allow it to affect you. So I know y'all can't really communicate with me right now, but how many people think happiness, anger, sadness is a choice? It's 100% absolutely a choice. And you're like, hold up, Chance, wait a minute. So what you're telling me is that when my coworker at work takes the last cup of coffee and doesn't make new coffee, that I can't justify and get anger. I have a choice not to get angry and to lock him in a closet at work. Yeah, you have that choice. But in the midst of it, right after he walks away and doesn't refill that pot of coffee, you could almost kill the guy. And it's instinct. It's instinct. It happens immediately. There's no in between. It just jumps right to that. And then you might die down from the anger later on and be thinking with your frontal cortex and be thinking rationally. So whenever we're making these hasty decisions with anger, it's mainly, I want to get the term right, frontal cortex, and I'm trying to think of it. Y'all will answer it for me. It's the midbrain. It's okay. Maybe I should have done some brushing up before I just decided to jump in this video. But anyways, it's the survival part of your brain. It's where you make your fight or flight. Um, anyways, so that's where those decisions are made from. In that moment, your body recognized that anger, that situation as a fight or flight, and you reacted based off of your survival brain instead of your cognitive brain, your frontal cortex. So, where the power comes into this is figuring out that you have the power to change that. And so many people, and me included, the reason I'm talking about this is because I, for so many years, at least 15, 16 years, lived my life as if I was not in control of myself. That's why I didn't get clean for so long, because I thought it was out of my control. I thought it was out of my control. I didn't think that I had the power to do that, but let me tell y'all, we do. You have the power to make the decisions in your life. And so whenever it comes down to that, but you gotta, it takes work and it takes effort. So back to the coffee incident, you would take, and then this takes practice. It's not something that happens overnight, but you need to change the way, and now understand what I'm telling you here because it's possible. You need to change the way your body reacts to certain circumstances. And that can be done through practice. A good way to look at it is like human beings are a computer. This is what helps me. Like today they have these AI computers that learn new and better ways, literally learning as they go along. So that's kind of the way I see us. And we figure out over so many years that this anger thing gets us nowhere. Why do we continue to do it? Well, it's just instinct. So we got to go against our instinct, which is hard in the first place. But you go against your instinct, and there's a saying, fake it till you make it. And it kind of applies and it's kind of true, but it's also not true at the same time. Because you're not faking it, you're actually taking action to change something. So whenever he doesn't refill the coffee, the emotion that I would normally get, the anger, the rage, you take it, you acknowledge it, you throw it away, and you replace it with something beneficial to you and the other person. And it takes time and practice, but eventually you come to the realization that, wow, I am in control of how I feel. I am in control of how I react. I am in control of, get this, what I let bother me. I am in control of that. An example that I like to use is my dad. He killed, actually both my biological father hung himself. I never got to meet the guy. But not really talking about that. My adopted dad, he killed himself in 2020. Actually, on December 24th, which is just a couple days away. He killed himself. And after that moment, after that incident, my life became terrible. I was drinking recklessly, overdosing on accident, had no care to live, and I threw away a lot of my morals and my values and dreams and all that. And for what? Because I'm using keywords and I emphasize them because they're important. I chose to react the way I did to my dad's death. And I don't care what people say. You're in control of the way you react to everything. It doesn't matter what it is. So, me seeing the way my dad's death affected me, I made the decision that I will not allow anybody's death, I don't care who it is, to affect me the way that my dad's death affected me. Because one, my life's not worth to throw away over someone's death. I'm sorry, but I'll see you again, if you're going to the same place I am. But it's just, I don't have time for it. I'm not saying I won't mourn them and I won't be sad. No, but I won't react the same way next time that happens to me as I did when my dad died. And why is that possible? Is because I made a conscious decision, because I am in control and no one else. No one else is in control. So that being said, about those type of decisions, happiness is a choice. You know, our whole world as we see it, we go about our daily lives. We wake up in the morning, we get out of bed, we brush our teeth, go downstairs, we make our coffee, we look out the window, and it's a beautiful day. Oh, I said it's a beautiful day. That's because that's the way I see it. There could be the same person or another person do the same thing, wake up, get out of bed, brush your teeth, look at themselves in the mirror and hate who they see, go downstairs and make a pot of coffee, look out the window and hate what they see because they choose to make that decision. Well, whether they see it like that in the moment, that's neither here nor there. That's why I'm doing this video, to bring this to people's knowledge that they are in control of most aspects of their life. The only thing that you cannot control is everything that's external. But still, you're still in control of the way you react to external problems. You're in control of that even. So it pretty much gives you control. I mean, just realizing that you have the power to change your life. So it's so important to me that everybody grasps this concept that I'm no longer enslaved. I'm no longer enslaved to this woe is me, this my life sucks, all that the negative, all that. I'm not enslaved to that anymore because I choose not to be. You feel me? And it's not something easy. And I go back and forth with it, just like any normal person would, of going back to old behaviors and ways of reacting. But knowing the truth that I'm in control, I can always go back to that truth and set things in line the way they're supposed to be. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is, if you want to be happy, be happy. If you want to be sad and miserable, be sad and miserable, because that's your choice. You know, there are so many people in positions worse than me, or have been in positions worse than me, that have a great attitude about life, and it's because they choose it. There's people that are hungry and starving, you know, in different countries, that probably have great attitudes, you know, would be grateful for anything, and that's just the way they choose to see it. So I have made a decision to throw away this woe is me mentality, and anytime that I have it pop back up in my life, because it does, I take it, I acknowledge it, and I throw it back away, and I use my new techniques of learning and apply them, and it's changed my life. And I hope that this video was a wake-up call to some people, because whenever you're blinded by your own knowledge and your own thinking, it can be very scary and very convincing that you're not in control. That it's just, and I think that is just the devil doing his work, his best work. That's the devil doing his best work, because he doesn't want you to know that you have control to be happy. He doesn't want you to believe that. But you do. You have that power. And you know, especially if you're serving God and you're walking with the Lord and you're reading his word and asking him for help. And what I talked about almost sounds a lot about self-will. And that's not, you want to have a certain amount of self-will, but along with God, you know, you need him. I need him. And but like I said, I just really wanted you guys to hear the concept that you are in control, and to pretty much just throw away the pity party. Come on. I mean, if we want to change our lives, if you want to be something, be it. If you want to do something, do it. Quit allowing people to tell you no. When someone tells me no, I do the opposite. I do the opposite. If someone tells me I can't do something, boy, I'm going to do it. Because I am in control of that. If I would listen to the people that told me no, or said your dreams are too big, or said, whatever, I wouldn't be the man I am today, and I wouldn't be happy like I am today, and I wouldn't be pursuing my dreams like I am today. So anyways, I saw just a little recap. We're going to do a little recap. You have the concept that we are in control of everything, the way we react, the way we feel about things. We're in control about grudges we hold. If you got a grudge that you've been holding for 20 years, that's your choice. That's your choice. Are you going to let it go and live your life and be free of that? Or are you going to choose to continue to hold on to something that's been holding you down for years and die with it? What are you going to do? Are you going to free yourself today? I choose to free myself today, and I choose to walk with the Lord. And I thank everybody out there. Love y'all.